Welcome to MathLink Academy, where we connect the dots. I am Mr. C, and in this unit, we're going to talk about circles, and we're going to focus on the definition that we have for different elements that makes a circle. So let's get started. So a circle is a closed curve in which every point on the curve is equally distant from a fixed point called the center. And so just quickly an example, and once you try it on your own, draw a circle. First thing I like to do, start on the top and see how good I could draw this circle. And here's our center. And so from each point from the center to the outer point of the circle, to that fixed point of the circle, we're saying there's equally distance from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. And that's what we talk about in our definition of a circle. Let's give you some more definitions. The circumference is the length of the curved line that forms the circle. So when I drew my circle earlier, this is circumference that I'm drawing, which is in green. I want to find what is the length of that curve, the whole entire circle from starting at this point and ending at the same point. What is the length? That's called our circumference of a circle. The chord. A chord is a straight segment that joins two joints on the circle. And I'll show you that in a minute about that. If you have an idea, try it on your own. Draw the circle, think you understand the definition. Draw a chord. A chord, excuse me, is a straight line segment. The diameter is also a chord, but the difference is this one passes through the center of a circle. And then the radius is half of the diameter. It's a straight line segment that connects the center of a circle with a point on the circle. Now, a few things I want to show you as far as with the arc, and then we'll come back with the previous definitions that we talked about. Let's talk about arc. An arc that parts of a circle between any 2 points on the circle. So we have AB, and notice the circle right here. AB is an arc. What do I mean by AB being an arc? I'm going to draw the arc AB. Here's the arc AB. That's in green. 2 points on a circle defines two arcs. So you have to have 2 points on a circle to define arcs. The shorter is called the minor arc. So AB is a minor arc. But I'm going to use a different color. Let's use orange. Orange will stand out. Look at this. The longer arc called the major arc is like A, P, B. That's what's in orange. That is called a major arc. Notice a major arc is bigger than a minor arc. To indicate a major arc, we must use 3 points. So APB we must use 3 points to indicate a major arc. So we know that it's a major arc going around. For minor arcs, we use 2 points. So for a major arc, we can say APB. We couldn't just say AB because we wouldn't know if we're going, but since we know our definition, AB means it's a minor arc, 3 points is a major arc. Now let's talk about the tangent and the secant. A tangent, a straight line that touches the circle at only 1 point. So if you look at the segment or the line, it's really a line, DE. In this example, this is a tangent line. It only touches the circle at 1 point. This is also a tangent line, only touches an F. This is only a tangent line. So what I put in orange are tangent lines. Now, secant is a line, it's not a segment. Lines go forever on both ends. Segments stop. So a line, we have a segment and a line, but for a secant, They're lines. Tangents are lines. A secant line is a straight line passes through a circle and intersect the circle at 2 points. And so this line AC, this is line AC, is a secant line. It's a line that goes forever on both ends, and it passes across or intersect the circle at 2 points. Segment. A segment is a figure formed by an arc and the chord adjoining the end points of the arc. We'll look at that a little bit. So think about what I'm saying, a segment. It's formed by an arc. We know what an arc is, and the chord joining the end point of the arc. Now, a sector is a little different. It's a figure formed by 2 radii. So 2 radii and the arc intersecting by the radii. So notice the difference. Let's look at that. We have a central angle as an angle whose vertex is at the center, and the key word is at the center of the circle, and whose sides are radii. So we're going to define each of these in a little bit. And an inscribed angle is an angle in a circle whose vertex is on the circle and whose sides are chords. And so let's look at what we have here. I know I said a lot, but it's good to give you some pictures to understand each of what a segment is, a sector, central angle, and also an inscribed angle. So here's an example of each of those we described. Let's talk about this. So we have an arc. Here's our arc. I actually can call this arc AC or even ABC. You know, if it's AC, we know it's a minor arc. And so in this particular case, we have a chord. And again, a chord has to do with segments, not a line, but a segment. And so this becomes, this blue area becomes a segment. So that blue area, has an arc, and that arc is created and is connected by the segment AE. That is a segment. That's our definition of segment. We already know what an arc is. Let's look at a sector. That was our next definition. We have 2 radii. Again, radii is plural for radius. And in this case, we go from the center to a point on the circle, center to a point on the circle, and we create that arc between there. And right there is a sector. So the sector includes all the area here formed by 2 radii. So that's my sector. And we also have an arc here. Again, I want to re-emphasize this chord. I'm going to go here. This chord is a line AC. Here's our chord, line AC. That's a chord. And this is a radius, and another one together is radii. So that's our definition that we talked about earlier. Let's look at some others. We talk about the central angle. The central angle is formed through the center. Think about central and center. And it's formed by 2 radii. So that's a central angle. And an inscribed angle doesn't necessarily go through the center. It can start at a point on the circle, and there's 2 chords. So the key for this inscribed one, it's made by 2 chords, while the central angle is made by 2 radii. Now, this particular video goes over the foundation of a circle, the definitions. So make sure you familiarize yourself with the terminology that we're going to use in some of our next videos and other videos that we have and supplementary material. Again, if you have any questions, go over the video. Also go over some of the supplementary material we have on our website. And so, like I said, always, let MathLink bring it together. And again, thank you for watching this video.